Welcome to the Lucky Health Channel. I'm so happy you've joined our health community today. We're about to explore some truly valuable health knowledge, and I promise your body will thank you for it. If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's like joining our big health-loving family. And a quick like on this video will give us even more motivation to keep sharing helpful videos with more wonderful people like you. Thank you. Hi there today. I want to invite you to sit with me for just a few minutes. Let's talk about something we almost never pay attention to, yet it decides the quality of our health every single day. The quiet little roads running through your body, your arteries. I know you might be thinking, I can still walk around just a little tired sometimes. That's normal, right? But tell me, have you ever felt this? Waking up in the morning with your hands tingling, your feet a little swollen, stepping off the bed and feeling heavy, exhausted. Or maybe in the afternoon, just walking through the grocery store only a few steps and already feeling out of breath, like something inside is holding you back. One of my patients, Mrs. Evelyn, 66, once sat down in my office and said, "Doctor, I feel like my whole body is slowing down, like the roads inside me are clogged." And I just smiled at her because she was right. You see, poor circulation isn't just an inconvenience. It's your body quietly trying to tell you your arteries are crying out for help. When blood no longer flows smoothly, your heart has to work harder. Your brain and your legs get less oxygen, and little by little, your health slips away without you even noticing. I want you to imagine this. There's a kind of drink gentle like a morning breeze, but powerful enough to wipe clean those roads inside you, wash away years of built-up debris, soften the stiff walls of your arteries, and let your blood flow freely again. Sounds hard to believe, doesn't it? But the truth is, such a drink exists. A special drink straight from nature, not expensive at all, yet powerful enough to deeply cleanse your circulatory system, reduce inflammation, protect your blood vessels, improve circulation, lower blood pressure, ease fatigue, reduce swelling and numbness, and even help prevent more dangerous heart problems down the line. I know this not just because I've read hundreds of scientific studies on it, but because I've seen it work. Take Mr. Charles, 71, for example, a retired truck driver with high blood pressure and constant fatigue. When he came to me, his legs were so swollen he couldn't even fit into his shoes. But just a few weeks later, after starting a simple habit with natural drinks like the ones I'm going to share today, he told me his feet felt lighter, his steps steadier, and his blood pressure slowly returned to normal. You see, the good news is the solution isn't far away. It's not in some pricey bottle of pills. It's not on an operating table. It's already in your kitchen, in the fruits, the leaves, the seeds you probably walk past every day. So today, before I reveal to you the most powerful drink, the one I truly believe can change your health in a way no one has ever explained clearly to you before, I want to walk you through each step, each of the other natural drinks first. There are 18 of them in total, each with its own unique role, but together they work like a team of quiet soldiers, building a sturdy wall of protection around your heart, around your fragile arteries, shielding you from strokes, sudden heart attacks from years of living with swollen legs and numb fingers. Each one I'm about to tell you about is a gift from nature, simple, easy to find, but carrying a power you may have never imagined. And each story I share along the way comes from what I've witnessed, what I've learned, and what I've seen with my own eyes in my clinic. So just relax, sit back, and listen. Because I want you to know your heart and your arteries still want to be healed. And maybe if you just start today with these small but right habits, you'll feel your health quietly return to you as if it never left. I still remember a few years ago, there was a patient of mine, Mr. Richard, 68 years old, who sat down in front of me and said, "Doctor, my blood feels as thick as mud. I've been taking all these blood thinners, my cholesterol is still high, and I feel heavy and tired all the time." I smiled, handed him a little jar filled with tiny grayish-black seeds, and asked, "Do you know what this is?" He squinted at it and said, "Sand." I chuckled and said, "No, these are chia seeds, and they just might help your blood feel light again. You see those tiny little seeds? They don't look like much, but when you drop them in water, they bloom into soft, translucent little gels. And when you drink them, they quietly do the same inside your body, helping thick, sluggish blood become smoother and lighter. Chia seeds are packed with plant-based omega-3s, soluble fiber, and antioxidants. When they enter your system, they help reduce inflammation in your blood vessels, lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and raise good cholesterol, HDL, like a patient gatekeeper, sweeping debris off the roads and protecting the walls of your arteries from harm. And most importantly, chia helps your blood thin naturally. That means it can flow more easily into every little corner, lowering the risk of clots, easing the workload on your heart, so your heart doesn't have to fight so hard with every beat. I often tell my patients it's not magic, but it's a gentle, effective habit. And the way to use it is so simple, you really have no excuse not to try. Just take 1 or 2 teaspoons of chia seeds, drop them into a glass of warm water, and wait about 10 to 15 minutes for them to swell into a clear gel. If you want it to taste better, you can squeeze in a little lemon or add a slice of cucumber. Then sip it slowly and let those tiny seeds quietly go to work inside you. I remember a few weeks later, Mr. Richard came back in beaming and said to me, "Doctor, my legs don't feel like they're weighed down by lead anymore. My blood pressure feels lighter too, and I didn't need any extra medication." You see, sometimes the solution isn't hidden in expensive pills or painful surgeries, but in something as small and humble as these chia seeds. So if your legs feel heavy, if your heart feels tired, or if your blood feels like it's stuck in traffic, try this little habit and see how your body answers you. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror in the morning, looked down at your legs, and thought to yourself, "Why are my legs so swollen today?" Or maybe there are days when you feel heavy, your hands and feet tingling, your face looking drained, like your body is full of something dirty stuck inside. One of my patients, Mrs. Linda, 64, once said to me, "Doctor, I feel like my whole body is full of dirty water, and I don't know how to drain it out." I smiled, reached for a glass jar filled with clear, glistening water with a few slices of fresh cucumber, some sprigs of parsley, a few thin slices of golden ginger, and delicate rounds of lemon floating inside. I placed it in her hands and said, "This is a gentle rain for the clogged-up rivers inside you. You see, this detox water isn't just some trendy drink, like many people think. It's actually a powerful helper for your heart and circulation. Cucumber is packed with water and potassium, helping balance fluids, flush out excess salt from your body, reduce swelling, and keep your blood vessels running smoothly. Lemon, rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, helps scrub away the free radicals clinging to your vessel walls, making them soft and flexible again, and gradually stabilizing your blood pressure. Parsley works like a tiny broom, sweeping your kidneys and body free of excess water, pushing toxins out, and easing the burden on your heart. And finally, ginger, with its warm, spicy kick, wakes up your blood vessels, gets your blood flowing faster, reduces inflammation, and soothes those silent blockages. I want you to imagine inside your body is a river. If that river is full of mud and trash, the water gets stuck, stagnant. But with just one gentle rain, the mud clears, the water runs clear, and rushes forward again, just like it used to. That's exactly what this glass of water does for you. And it's so simple to make. Slice up some cucumber, half a lemon, a bit of parsley, and a few slices of ginger. Drop them all into a jug of warm or cold water. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes so everything infuses, then sip it slowly. I usually recommend drinking it in the morning on an empty stomach so your body can fully absorb this gentle rain. A few weeks later, Mrs. Linda came back to my office, her face glowing. "Doctor, I feel so much lighter. No more swelling. My blood pressure is better too. And my whole body just feels brighter." You see, sometimes it's just one simple glass of water, but it can create something truly wonderful. A small rain for the rivers inside you, so you can feel light and full of life again. I want you to picture an early morning. The sunlight has just touched the windowsill, and you're holding a small cup of green tea. You watch the delicate steam curling up, take a deep breath, and feel something in your heart calm down. Have you ever noticed that inside that little cup, there isn't just water and leaves, but a quiet kind of strength that helps your blood flow more smoothly, your heart beat more peacefully? One of my patients, Mr. Thomas, 70 years old, once sat across from me and sighed. "Doctor, my cholesterol is through the roof. They told me my arteries are stiff like an old rusty pipe. I'm afraid one day it might just burst." I placed a bag of green tea in front of him and said, "Try 1 cup every morning and be patient. Your blood vessels need tending to, just like a garden." So why is green tea so remarkable? In the leaves is a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It doesn't just protect the walls of your arteries from free radicals, it also helps scrub away the layers of stubborn cholesterol that have clung to them for years. When you drink green tea regularly, your arteries no longer feel like rigid iron pipes. Instead, they become soft and elastic again, like a gentle winding stream. And as a result, your blood flows faster, more easily, and your heart doesn't have to strain just to push blood through those narrow passages. A study from Japan, where people are famous for their longevity and their tea-drinking habits, found that those who drank at least 1 cup of green tea a day had up to a 31% lower risk of heart attacks and strokes compared to those who didn't. And if you'd like an even stronger version, try matcha finely ground whole green tea leaves, more concentrated, richer in EGCG. Just one small spoonful whisked into warm water in the morning can be a true gift to your arteries. I still remember a few months later, Mr. Thomas came back, his face bright, and proudly told me his cholesterol had dropped. His blood pressure was steadier, and he no longer felt so heavy and short of breath. "Doctor, it really is just a little cup, but it saved my big old heart." You see, sometimes in a simple, quiet cup of tea, there's a silent kind of magic. A small habit, a humble cup of green tea, can clear the roads of your blood, ease the weight on your heart, and help you find a little calm, a little peace in your own life. So tomorrow morning, when the sunlight is still soft as silk, try making yourself a cup of green tea. Breathe in its scent, sip it slowly, and know you've just done something kind for yourself. Have you ever held a handful of blueberries, those tiny, deep purple little gems glistening like drops of sapphire? Most people look at them and just see something tasty and pretty, but few realize that inside those little gems lies a quiet shield silently protecting your blood vessels. One of my patients, Mrs. Carroll, 62, came to see me for the first time, her voice trembling with worry. "Doctor, I just got checked, and they said I'm showing signs of atherosclerosis. I'm scared, but I look at myself. I'm not even overweight. How could this happen?" I handed her a glass of blueberry juice and smiled. Your body needs to be loved and cared for, not just on the outside, but on the inside too, especially those silent roads carrying your life. You see, blueberries contain a group of compounds called anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their rich purple-blue color. And those same pigments protect the walls of your blood vessels, keeping them soft, elastic, and resilient instead of hard and narrow like rusty pipes. Blueberries help prevent sticky plaques from building up on your artery walls, lowering the risk of blockages and strokes. They also help your blood flow more smoothly, more gently, delivering oxygen fully to your heart and brain. One Harvard study tracked thousands of people and found that those who regularly ate or drank blueberries had up to a 33% lower risk of heart attacks compared to those who didn't. That's no small number for such a small habit. I still remember after 3 months, Mrs. Carroll came back, smiling. "Doctor, my blood pressure has come down. My heartbeat feels steadier. And every morning now, I blend myself a glass of blueberries. I feel so much more at ease." So how do you make it simple? Take a handful of fresh blueberries, frozen works too, and blend them with a little water. If you want to make it even more refreshing, add a few mint leaves. Blend until smooth, pour into a glass, and sip slowly. I usually recommend drinking it in the morning or after lunch. That's when you really feel that cool, fresh energy flowing through you. You see, sometimes the key to protecting your heart and those silent roads that keep you alive isn't something far away. It's right there waiting inside those tiny purple gems. So tomorrow morning, if you get the chance, treat yourself to a glass of blueberry juice. A little gift for your taste buds, and a quiet whisper to your blood vessels. I still care about you. I want you to picture this early morning while the kitchen is still quiet. You're holding a warm glass, pale golden, faintly scented with lemon. A gentle heat of ginger and a sharp little bite of garlic. You take a sip. The taste is strong, really strong. But just moments later, you feel a subtle energy awaken and run through you as if the blood in your veins has just been set free. Have you ever felt that? One of my patients, Mr. Gerald, 67, once told me, "Doctor, I feel like my blood is blocked. My heart feels heavy. My head feels heavy. My hands and feet tingle, and I don't even know where to start." I looked at him, smiled, and handed him the recipe I jokingly call the powerful touch for your arteries: lemon, garlic, and ginger. Lemon, you already know, packed with vitamin C, scrubs away free radicals, protects the vessel walls, keeps your blood cleaner and your arteries from stiffening. Garlic, the quiet warrior with allicin, a compound proven to lower bad cholesterol, LDL, prevent clots, reduce inflammation, thin the blood, and keep vessels open and clear. And ginger, that warm little flame, reducing inflammation, stimulating circulation, helping blood flow faster, smoother, without clotting. Together, they're like three skilled craftsmen, one scrubbing, one chiseling, one massaging, to wake up your tired arteries and help them feel light and alive again. I still remember a few weeks later, Mr. Gerald came back smiling, his eyes brighter. "Doctor, I drink it every morning now. Honestly, it still tastes a little intense. But afterward, I feel lighter, more alive, and when they checked my cholesterol, it really went down. And it's really nothing complicated. In the morning, squeeze half a lemon into a cup of warm water. Crush one small clove of garlic, grate a thin slice of ginger. Drop them both in and stir. Then drink it right away on an empty stomach. At first, the taste might feel harsh, but you'll get used to it. And your body, those arteries quietly crying for help, they'll get used to it too. They'll thank you for giving them a chance to breathe again. You see, sometimes it's just one strong little glass in the morning, but it's enough to set the tone for your whole day, with blood flowing free, your heart beating steady, and your mind clear. Tomorrow morning, if you have the time, I want you to try it. And when you take that first sip, think of your arteries inside you, opening up, softening like a river, finally cleared of mud and debris, flowing freely again. I want you to imagine. Inside your blood vessels is a long winding road, its walls mottled with sticky plaques and silent inflammation. With every step, your blood takes, it catches, it struggles, it feels heavy and tired. One of my patients, Mr. Daniel, 69, once said to me, "Doctor, it feels like there's a fire smoldering inside me. My mind is always foggy, and my heart pounds. It's so uncomfortable." I slowly took out a jar of golden powder, set it in front of him, and said, "This is the golden light that can put out that fire and bring peace back to the roads inside you." Turmeric, or more precisely, the active compound curcumin in turmeric, is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories science has ever discovered. It weaves its way into those silent, inflamed patches along your artery walls, cools them down, and slowly helps clear and heal them. Not only that, curcumin is also a potent antioxidant, like meticulous little workers clearing away the free radicals that age and damage your vessels. Your blood can then flow more smoothly. Your vessel walls stay supple, and the risk of blockages falls away. Many studies have also shown that regularly drinking turmeric helps lower blood fats, prevents cholesterol from sticking stubbornly to artery walls, reduces the chance of clots, strokes, and those sudden heart attacks that strike without warning. After a few weeks of patiently drinking his turmeric tea, Mr. Daniel came back, his face brighter, lighter, and said with a smile, "Doctor, I feel clearer. My body feels lighter, like my blood isn't dragging anymore." Making turmeric tea is just as gentle. Stir a teaspoon of turmeric powder into hot water. To make it even more effective, add a pinch of black pepper, because pepper helps your body absorb the curcumin many times better. You can drink it warm in the morning or at night before bed. The taste is a little strong, the color shines golden, but as it goes down, you'll feel a gentle warmth spreading through you. You see, sometimes you don't need a miracle. All it takes is that little cup of golden tea each day to clean your blood, ease your vessels, and give your heart a little peace. I want you to imagine an olive tree standing tall under the Mediterranean sun, its trunk gnarled and strong, having lived for hundreds of years. Its leaves, bright green, sway gently in the breeze, so humble that most people only notice the olives or the oil they produce. But few realize that those quiet little leaves are actually the greatest gift this tree offers to our hearts and blood vessels. I still remember Mrs. Janet, 65, walked into my office one day. Her face tired, her eyes heavy. "Doctor, I've been taking blood pressure medication for years, but my heart still feels restless, always strung tight like a wire." I poured her a cup of tea, the gentle steam rising with a soft green scent. She raised her eyebrows and asked, "What is this? It smells so calming." I smiled and said, "Olive leaf tea, ma'am. A green shield for the roads of your blood." You see, olive leaves contain a compound called oleuropein, a powerful antioxidant like watchful sentinels guarding your artery walls from free radicals. Those free radicals are the silent culprits that make your blood vessels stiff, prone to cracks, and easily clogged. But olive leaves do more than that. They lower bad cholesterol, help thin the blood slightly, easing the burden on your heart. What I love most is how they help your vessels relax, letting them soften, expand, and release their tension. As a result, your blood pressure naturally calms down gently and smoothly without force. One study showed that drinking just 1–2 cups of olive leaf tea daily can significantly lower both blood pressure and cholesterol, and without the dizziness and fatigue that often come with medication. A few weeks later, Mrs. Janet came back, her cheeks rosy, her eyes brighter, and she smiled. "I drink it every night before bed now, and my heart feels so much more at peace, doctor. And the preparation is beautifully simple. Just take a small handful of dried olive leaves, drop them into boiling water, and let it steep for 5–10 minutes. Strain and drink. You can enjoy it warm, feeling the gentle heat spread through you, or let it cool and drink it like iced tea. The taste is light, slightly bitter, but wonderfully soothing. Sometimes we get so caught up searching for fancy solutions, expensive pills, that we forget a quiet, humble cup of green tea can be enough to protect the heart and keep those silent roads inside us open, calm, and flowing. I still remember the first time I held a handful of dried horsetail in my hand. Thin, airy strands looking no different from plain old hay from an empty field. And yet people call it the herb that mends vessels. Sounds strange, doesn't it, at one of my patients? Mr. Michael Sinu once sighed and said to me, "Doctor, my legs have been swollen for a month now. I can't even fit into my shoes. My blood pressure keeps swinging up and down. I've been taking diuretics, but they just leave me feeling drained." I made him a cup of tea, its scent light and fresh, like a meadow after the rain. He squinted at me and asked, "What is this?" I smiled and replied, "Horsetail, a quiet craftsman, helping to patch up the cracks in your blood vessels." You see, horsetail is a humble little herb, but inside it holds precious minerals, especially silica, which nourishes connective tissue, making vessel walls stronger, more elastic, and more resistant to ruptures or bulging. But that's not all. Horsetail is also a natural diuretic, gently helping your body release the excess water trapped in your hands, feet, and lower belly. That trapped water doesn't just weigh you down, it also puts extra pressure on your vessels, making your heart work harder. And more than that, horsetail contains mild anti-inflammatory compounds that help soothe the silent inflammation within your arteries and even help prevent atherosclerosis, those stubborn plaques that stick to your vessel walls year after year. After a few weeks of drinking horsetail tea, Mr. Michael came back, his legs slimmer, his eyes brighter with joy. He smiled and said, "Now my shoes fit again, and I feel so much lighter." Doctor, and the preparation simple. Take a small handful of dried horsetail, drop it into boiling water, and let it steep for about 7 to 10 minutes. Strain and sip. The taste is clean, lightly sweet, with a faint meadow fragrance, comforting and gentle. Sometimes we assume that good medicine must be elaborate, expensive, but often it's those delicate little grasses growing quietly along the edge of the path that care for the silent roads of your body better than anything else. I want you to imagine it's early morning, the kitchen still quiet. You set a kettle on the stove. Steam begins to rise, carrying with it the warm, spicy scent of ginger, mingled with the bright, fresh hint of lemon. You pick up the cup, take a deep breath, and in that moment, you can feel the warmth sinking into the very corners of your body. Have you ever felt that? One of my patients, Mrs. Sylvia, the 70, once said to me, "Doctor, in this cold weather, my hands and feet feel frozen. Feels like my blood vessels are all clogged up. I'm really worried." I smiled and handed her a recipe I like to call the Gentle Flame Ginger and Lemon Tea. Ginger, you see, is nature's own medicine, warm and spicy. It has strong anti-inflammatory powers, softens vessel walls, and helps blood flow more easily, more smoothly. It's like tiny little flames lighting up the dark corners of your arteries where blood once moved so slowly. Lemon, on the other hand, is cooling and bright. Rich in vitamin C, it protects your vessels from damage, reduces plaque, and keeps your arteries soft and elastic. When combined, ginger and lemon don't just help your blood thin, naturally lowering its viscosity, reducing the risk of clots. They also help your vessels expand your heart, relax, and your whole body feel freed from that heavy, sluggish feeling. Studies have even shown that regularly drinking ginger lemon tea can lower blood pressure, reduce chronic inflammation, and noticeably lower your risk of heart disease. A few weeks later, Mrs. Sylvia came back, clasped my hand, and said, "I never imagined a simple little cup of tea each morning could warm my hands and feet, ease my heart, and make me feel this good. And it's so easy to make. Slice a few pieces of fresh ginger and simmer them in water for about 5 to 7 minutes. When you pour it into your cup, squeeze in half a lemon and stir. Drink it warm and feel that heat spread through your body. You see, sometimes it's just a simple cup of tea, yet it feels like magic, helping your vessels open up, letting blood flow freely again, and giving your heart a well-earned rest after so many years of hard work. I want you to imagine a fresh coconut, its green shell cool to the touch, and inside a clear, sweet water that shimmers like a gift from the earth. You hold a glass of coconut water in your hand, take in its gentle aroma, and sip, feeling as though your entire body is being refreshed from deep within. One of my patients, Mrs. Grace, 64, once told me, "Doctor, I always feel swollen heavy, my blood pressure high, my hands and feet cold, my vessels feel stiff, and I don't know what to do except take pills." I placed a clear, cool glass of coconut water in front of her and said, "Try this. This is the kind of water that makes your blood vessels soft and flexible again." You see, natural coconut water is rich in potassium and electrolytes. It helps balance your body's fluids and relieves the strain from excess sodium in your blood, one of the reasons your blood pressure may creep up. It also works as a gentle natural diuretic, helping your body release trapped fluids, easing the burden on your heart, and reducing swelling in your arms and legs. But more importantly, coconut water helps quiet the silent inflammation in your vessel walls, keeping them supple, elastic, and preventing them from hardening into rigid pipes, something that age and bad habits tend to cause. Studies have shown that people who drink coconut water regularly have more stable blood pressure, more flexible arteries, and significantly lower risk of vessel stiffening. A few weeks later, Mrs. Grace returned to see me, her face fresh and calm. She smiled softly and said, "Now I drink a coconut every day. I feel lighter, and my heart no longer races the way it used to. And drinking it couldn't be simpler." Choose a fresh coconut, cut it open, and drink it while it's still cool. You can add a few slices of lemon or a sprig of mint to enhance the flavor. The best time is in the morning or around midday, when your body is thirsty and your blood vessels are ready for a gentle stream of relief to wash away the day's fatigue. You see, sometimes you don't need elaborate medicines or expensive treatments. Just a humble, clear glass of coconut water is enough to make your blood vessels soft again, refreshed, and at peace. I want you to imagine a vineyard in the late afternoon sun. Bunches of deep purple grapes hang heavy beneath the green leaves, swaying gently in the breeze. Looking at them, who would think that those tiny little fruits hold within them a kind of armor, quietly protecting your blood vessels? One of my patients, Mr. Paul, 71, once shared with me, "Doctor, I just had a mild stroke. The hospital doctor said I'm at high risk for another, and my blood is too thick. I'm scared." I poured him a glass of deep purple liquid, clear and fragrant. He frowned and asked, "What is this? It looks beautiful." I smiled. "That's pure purple grape juice, sir. A natural suit of armor for your tired blood vessels. You see, purple grapes are rich in resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that scientists have even called a miracle for the heart. It helps lower bad cholesterol. LDL prevents sticky plaques from clinging to your artery walls, keeps your blood thinner, and reduces the risk of clots, which are often the culprits behind strokes and heart attacks. But it doesn't stop there. Resveratrol also helps keep your blood vessels supple and elastic. When your arteries stay soft, blood flows more smoothly, and your heart doesn't have to strain with every beat. Studies have shown that regularly drinking pure purple grape juice can significantly reduce signs of chronic inflammation, lower blood pressure, and improve blood flow to the brain, sharpening memory and clearing the mind. A few weeks later, Mr. Paul came back, his face calm, his eyes bright. "Doctor, I've been drinking a glass every morning, and now I feel lighter, my head clearer, and even my blood pressure seems more stable. And it's so simple. Just take a handful of fresh purple grapes, press them to extract the pure juice, no added sugar, no dilution. You can drink it chilled or at room temperature, in the morning or early afternoon. And if you're busy, even just a handful of fresh grapes eaten slowly with the skins where most of the resveratrol lives can make a difference. You see, those bunches of grapes that seem like nothing more than dessert can quietly protect your blood vessels like a gentle purple suit of armor. I want you to imagine a ripe tomato, vibrant red, round, resting in the palm of your hand. It looks simple, humble. Yet, to your heart and blood vessels, it's like drops of sunlight, gentle but full of strength. One of my patients, Mrs. Helen, 63, came to see me, clearly worried. "Doctor, my cholesterol is really high, and my blood pressure is all over the place. I'm scared. But whenever I take the pills, I just feel so tired." I poured her a glass of cool, bright red juice, placed it in her hand, and said, "Try this. It's the most pleasant way I know to soothe your heart and vessels." You see, tomatoes contain a special compound called lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that helps calm inflammation and protects the lining of your blood vessels from damage caused by free radicals. Lycopene also helps lower bad cholesterol. LDL reduces the sticky plaque that clings to your artery walls and keeps your blood flowing more smoothly and lightly. It even helps your vessels stay soft and elastic instead of stiff and brittle with age. Studies have shown that regularly drinking natural tomato juice can safely lower blood pressure, improve circulation to the heart and brain, and reduce the risk of stroke. A few weeks later, Mrs. Helen came back, her face brighter, smiling gently. "Now I drink a glass of tomato juice every morning. It's refreshing, it feels good, and I feel so much healthier. And it's so easy to make. Take a few ripe red tomatoes, wash them, cut them up and blend or press them into juice. No need for sugar. If you want a little more brightness, add a few drops of lemon and a pinch of pink salt. Drink it in the morning or after lunch, cool, nourishing, and uplifting. You see, you don't need anything fancy. Just one ripe tomato a few minutes in the morning, and you've given your heart a precious gift. Drops of red sunlight, helping your blood vessels stay light, flexible, and safe. I want you to imagine a quiet afternoon, soft sunlight streaming in and in front of you, sits a clear rose-red cup of tea, gently steaming, with a light, tangy, refreshing aroma. You take the first sip. It's delicately tart, with just a hint of sweetness, and a feeling of relief slowly spreads through your chest. Have you ever felt something like that? One of my patients, Mrs. Emily, 66, once told me, "Doctor, my arteries are full of plaque. My blood pressure just keeps climbing, and the medicine leaves me completely drained. I'm scared that one day I just won't make it." I poured her a rose-red cup of tea, placed it in her hands, and said, "Try this. This cup of tea helps keep your blood vessels clean and pure." Hibiscus, also called roselle by some, isn't just beautiful, it's powerful. Those bright crimson petals are packed with natural compounds that help lower bad cholesterol. LDL clear plaque from artery walls, fight inflammation, and keep your blood vessels supple and healthy. Not only that, hibiscus tea has a calming effect on blood pressure by helping your vessels naturally relax, easing the pressure on your heart. Studies have shown that people who drink hibiscus tea regularly tend to have more stable blood pressure, better circulation, and significantly lower risk of stroke and heart attack. A few weeks later, Mrs. Emily came back, her cheeks rosier, her eyes more confident. She smiled. "I drink it every evening now. When I check my blood pressure, I don't feel scared anymore, and I feel so much lighter." It's so easy to make. Put a small handful of dried hibiscus flowers in boiling water. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, strain, and enjoy. You can drink it hot or cold, and add a bit of honey if you prefer it milder. That shimmering rose-red color isn't just beautiful, it's a sign that you're filling yourself with something wonderful for your blood vessels. You see, sometimes it's just a humble little cup of tea, yet it can help keep the pathways of your blood clear, smooth, and at peace. I want you to imagine an old mulberry tree, its dark brown trunk firmly rooted in the earth, its lush green leaves shimmering in the breeze. Those humble-looking leaves, it turns out, hold a great gift for our heart and blood vessels. I still remember one of my patients, Mr. Richard, 69, who once told me, "Doctor, my cholesterol is high, my blood pressure keeps swinging. The other doctor said my blood vessels are starting to age, but I still want to enjoy life for many more years." I smiled, brewed him a cup of gentle, grassy, scented tea, and said, "Try this. This is a tea that helps keep your blood vessels young." You see, mulberry leaves are rich in flavonoids and minerals that lower bad cholesterol. LDL, while raising good cholesterol. HDL, like a quiet team of workers cleaning up your arteries and keeping them smooth and clear. But it doesn't stop there. Mulberry leaf tea also reduces inflammation, calming the silent damage inside your vessel walls, helping them stay soft, flexible, and strong. Studies have also shown that drinking mulberry leaf tea regularly can naturally lower blood pressure, keep blood flowing more easily, and even slow down the aging of your arteries. A few weeks later, Mr. Richard came back, his face bright, his eyes sparkling, and he said, "Doctor, I drink it every morning. Now I feel lighter. And honestly, I feel more confident, like I've grown a few years younger." And it's so simple to make. Take a small handful of dried mulberry leaves, steep them in boiling water for about 5 to 10 minutes, strain, and enjoy it hot or cold. If you like, you can add a slice of lemon or a little honey to enhance the flavor. You see, sometimes we go around chasing expensive miracle cures to feel young again, but forget that just 1 cup of mulberry leaf tea a day can already help keep your heart and blood vessels youthful and resilient. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine a small sprig of rosemary deep green growing along the rocky shore under the Mediterranean sun. When you gently crush it between your fingers, its bold fragrance bursts to life, fresh yet warm, like it wakes up the whole room. One of my patients, Mrs. Linda, 67, once sat across from me and sighed. "Doctor, lately I keep forgetting things. My head feels heavy and foggy. My hands and feet are ice cold. I'm afraid my blood just isn't reaching my brain anymore." I simply smiled, brewed her a light greenish tea, its aroma floating softly, placed it in front of her, and said, "Try this and tell me how you feel. This is rosemary tea, the kind of tea that helps your blood find its way again." You see, rosemary is both humble and powerful. Inside it are compounds that fight inflammation, soothing the silent damage in your blood vessels and brain tissue, while helping your blood vessels naturally relax and open so blood can flow more easily throughout your body and, most importantly, up to your brain. When blood reaches the brain steadily, you can feel the difference. The fog lifts, your mind feels clearer, your fatigue eases, and your hands and feet warm up again. Research also shows that drinking rosemary tea regularly doesn't just improve circulation to the brain, it also increases brain oxygenation, improving memory focus and mental clarity. A few weeks later, Mrs. Linda came back, her eyes brighter, and she smiled. "Now I feel so much more alert. My mind isn't so cloudy anymore. My hands are warm again, and it smells wonderful, doctor." And the way to make it, so simple. Take a few fresh sprigs of rosemary or a small handful of dried leaves, drop them into boiling water, and let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. When you pour it out, the fragrance fills the kitchen, gentle, grounding, and somehow uplifting. You can drink it warm, or let it cool, and even add a slice of lemon, or a little honey if you like. You see, sometimes it only takes a slender sprig, a fragrant cup of tea, to light up those tired blood pathways and awaken a weary heart and mind. I want you to picture this. A hot summer afternoon, the sun blazing outside, and you're holding a glass of chilled rosy red juice dotted with a few fresh green mint leaves. Just one gentle inhale, and that cool, fresh scent seems to wash over your whole body. Then you take the first sip, and it's as if your whole being is refreshed, lightened, as though someone poured a cool river through you. One of my patients, Mr. Henry, 65, once sat across from me and sighed, "Doctor, I just feel so heavy. My hands and feet are swollen. My blood pressure is all over the place, and I'm just so tired." I smiled, made him a glass of watermelon and mint juice myself, set it in front of him, and said, "Try this. It's a refreshing little drink that helps open up those blood highways of yours." You see, watermelon contains a natural compound called citrulline, which once in your body turns into arginine, helping your blood vessels relax and dilate, so your blood flows more freely and your pressure comes down naturally. But that's not all. Watermelon is also rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects your vessel walls, keeping them soft, flexible, and resilient instead of stiff and clogged with years of buildup. And the mint. Mint doesn't just cool and freshen your breath. It helps your vessels relax, reduces inflammation, and eases the swelling in your hands and feet that makes you feel heavy and restless. Research has shown that drinking watermelon juice regularly can improve circulation, lower blood pressure, and help your blood flow more smoothly and evenly all the way to your heart and brain. A few weeks later, Mr. Henry came back with a bright smile, his hands and feet lighter, his face glowing. He chuckled, "Now I drink it every morning. My whole body feels cooler, lighter, and my blood pressure doesn't jump around anymore. And it's so simple to slice up a few chunks of ripe red watermelon, remove the seeds, and blend it smooth with a splash of water. Pour it into a glass, add a few fresh mint leaves, and maybe some ice if you like, then sip and savor. It's best in the morning or at midday when your body is craving a cool, refreshing wake-up a little moment to feel alive again. You see, poor circulation isn't just an annoying feeling. It's not just swollen feet, icy cold hands, or a foggy head. It's your body whispering to you, telling you that your blood highways are tired, your vessels are stiffening, and your heart is struggling with every beat. But the good news is, we're not helpless. The simple natural drinks you've seen today, from a cool glass of watermelon juice to a fragrant cup of rosemary tea to the ruby red of blueberries or those humble mulberry and olive leaves, they're not just water or tea or fruit. They are silent shields protecting your heart and arteries. They help your blood flow more freely, gently lower your blood pressure, calm inflammation, fight off oxidation, and keep your vessels supple, young, and resilient, so you can take more steps, live more years with a heart that feels lighter and at peace. Each drink has its own role. Some are like gatekeepers clearing away plaque. Some are like quiet craftsmen patching up tiny cracks. Others are like cool streams soothing the dry, tired roads within you. And together, they form a strong, steadfast wall guarding your vessels from the silent storms of aging. So don't wait until your heart cries out in pain before you scramble for pills. Start with these small, gentle acts: a cup of tea, a glass of juice, and send your blood vessels a message. I still care. I still want to nourish you to keep you strong, steadfast, and here with me for a long, long time. You see, sometimes our health doesn't lie in expensive miracles or complicated pills. It's quietly hidden in the simplest things around us: a cup of tea, a glass of juice, a small habit. But when practiced with patience, these little things can nourish your blood vessels, calm your heart, and help you feel lighter, healthier, day by day. If what I shared today made you pause and reflect, if it felt helpful or even just inspired you to care for yourself a little more, then I'm truly happy to have shared this moment with you. And don't forget to hit like so I know you're still here, walking this path of health with me. If you'd like to keep receiving more stories and simple heartfelt advice like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way every week we can meet again and keep learning how to live healthier, happier, and more peacefully. Thank you for listening, for trusting, and for giving yourself this time today. I'll see you in the next video. Wishing you so much health and peace. This video is for informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor before trying any suggestions shared here.